Today, China stands as a nation transformed. From the ruins of war and revolution, it has risen to become one of the world's great powers, a global leader in manufacturing, technology, infrastructure, and international diplomacy. Over the past 75 years, China has undergone what many call the greatest developmental leap in modern history. More than 800 million people lifted from poverty, a sprawling, modern infrastructure unmatched anywhere in the world, a resilient, growing middle class of over 400 million citizens, and a governance system that has prioritized stability, innovation, and national rejuvenation. This is the story of the People's Republic of China, from its founding in 1949 under Mao Zedong to the present day under Xi Jinping. A story not just of change, but of calculated transformation. A Chinese miracle built on decades of vision, reform, and collective effort. The People's Republic of China was born on October 1st, 1949. Standing atop Tiananmen Gate, Chairman Mao Zedong declared a new era, one where the Chinese people would take their destiny into their own hands. Mao inherited a fractured, impoverished nation. Decades of civil war and foreign occupation had left China scarred, but Mao brought unity, identity, and independence. Mao's early policies focused on land reform, women's emancipation, healthcare, and literacy campaigns. The illiteracy rate, which had hovered above 80%, plummeted over the following decades as millions gained access to education. The first five-year plan, 1953 to 1957, emphasized heavy industry and centralized economic planning. Steel production, coal output, and infrastructure projects surged. The foundations of a modern industrial economy were laid. Mao's leadership was marked by large-scale mobilizations, from the Great Leap Forward to the Cultural Revolution. Though these movements were controversial, they also created a spirit of self-reliance, collective unity, and ideological purpose that became core elements of the Chinese national character. Most importantly, Mao ensured that China remained sovereign and independent, unaligned, self-directed, and capable of charting its own course on the world stage. His legacy is the foundation of modern China, a strong, unified, independent nation. After Mao's passing in 1976, China entered a new era under Deng Xiaoping. Deng understood that to modernize China, the nation had to embrace reform without abandoning its socialist roots. In 1978, Deng launched the historic policy of reform and opening up. Agriculture was decollectivized. The household responsibility system empowered farmers to control their own output, leading to dramatic increases in food production and rural incomes. Next came the economy. Deng introduced special economic zones, SEZs, in places like Shenzhen, small fishing villages that would soon become bustling urban centers. These zones became test beds for market-oriented reforms and foreign investment. The results were staggering. In just 2 decades, China moved from isolation to becoming the world's factory, and its GDP grew at an average of nearly 10% per year for over 30 years. Under Deng, China struck a balance, keeping political stability while unleashing economic potential. His famous phrase captured the essence of his pragmatism. It doesn't matter whether the cat is black or white, as long as it catches mice. Deng laid the structural groundwork for China's economic miracle, prioritizing development, pragmatism, and global engagement. He also re-established diplomatic relations with countries around the world, setting China on the path to international integration. The The 1990s ushered in a period of modernization under Jiang Zemin. A trained engineer and reformist, Jiang steered China through the post-Cold War era with confidence. He introduced the Three Represents, expanding the party to include entrepreneurs, the private sector, and knowledge workers, reinforcing the connection between the party and the rapidly evolving economy. Jiang presided over massive growth in foreign trade, infrastructure, and industrial output. Highways, bridges, airports, and entire cities were built at unprecedented speed. In 2001, China joined the World Trade Organization, WTO, formally entering the global economic system and committing to global norms of trade and cooperation. These moves made China a magnet for foreign direct investment. The coastal cities flourished, and a new Chinese middle class began to emerge. Jiang's vision of a modern, outward-looking China brought it into the 21st century with strength, stability, and rising influence. In 2002, Hu Jintao assumed leadership, bringing with him the ideas of scientific development and building a harmonious socialist society. Hu focused on balanced growth, seeking to close the gap between urban and rural areas. He expanded healthcare coverage, increased education funding, and directed major resources to less developed Western regions. Under Hu, China achieved several historic milestones. The Beijing 2008 Olympics, showcasing China's cultural pride and organizational excellence. Continued GDP growth with reduced inflation and macroeconomic stability. Launching of the Shenzhou space program, which placed China among the top spacefaring nations. Hu also prioritized environmental protection, enacting green policies and beginning the transition toward clean energy, long before many other industrial nations. His leadership focused on sustainability, inclusion, and scientific innovation, ensuring that China's rise would be more than just economic. In 2012, Xi Jinping was chosen as the core of China's new generation of leadership. His vision, the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Xi proposed the Chinese dream, a unified vision of national prosperity, strength, and cultural confidence. Under Xi, China achieved one of its most ambitious goals, the eradication of absolute poverty by 2020. Nearly 100 million rural citizens were lifted out of poverty through targeted campaigns, infrastructure investment, and job creation. China also launched the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, a monumental global development program linking Asia, Africa, and Europe through infrastructure and trade. At home, Xi has built the world's largest high-speed rail system, covering over 40,000 kilometers, led the world in 5G deployment, AI research, and green energy development, promoted a clean governance campaign, rooting out corruption at all levels, advocated for common prosperity and narrowing income inequality, Xi's leadership has also strengthened China's international voice, advocating for multilateralism, development partnerships, and climate cooperation. His presidency marks a new era in Chinese socialism, one marked by self-confidence, high-tech innovation, cultural revival, and peaceful development. From a war-torn land in 1949 to a confident superpower in 2025, China's journey has been extraordinary. Each chapter, from Mao's unification to Deng's reforms to Xi's rejuvenation, has been part of a continuous evolution, a 75-year ascent built on discipline, determination, and development. This is more than a national story. It is a model of transformation, a demonstration of what is possible when a nation commits to a shared vision. This is the Chinese miracle,